Hey guys, Tony here, and this is TechMex. This week's problem. People don't really like the idea that Google, Facebook, other companies, they have some massive database with information about every single thing we've ever thought about, did, researched, wanted, and it's all attached to our names. The solution? Well, there are a lot of different approaches to address this distaste for companies tracking every single thing that we do. For the past 2 to 4 years, there's been an explosion of companies reacting to this sentiment in different ways. The major player here is Snapchat, which lets you share what you're doing with your friends in an impermanent way via pictures. But for staying anonymous online and talking to local strangers via an app, a few major options have surfaced. Let's focus on 2 of these in an app face-off: Yik Yak versus Secret. These are both anonymous-ish apps, let you talk to strangers around you. And I say anonymous-ish because while I can't attribute posts to specific users and nobody can say, oh yeah, this is Tony posting here, here, and here, I'm pretty sure that if you're going to be a moron and use these to issue bomb threats, that the police are going to find out who you are. Now on this side we've got Yik Yak, which was founded in October 2013 by 2 frat brothers from Furman University in South Carolina. They've raised about $73.5 million and it's really taken off on college campuses. As for how they make money, well, they don't, or at least not yet. But when you have tens of millions of dollars in the bank, you can kind of afford to do that. On this side, we've got Secret, which was founded in the same month as Yik Yak, October 2013. Its 3 founders had stints at Google, Medium, and Square, and they raised about $35 million to date. They received a whole bunch of tech press about a year ago. TechCrunch and others were really fawning over them. As for how Secret makes money, well, they don't. Same story here. Now that we have the basics covered, let's take a look at the app Faceoff. Let's go. We'll have Yik Yak going on the left. Where you're dropped into is the home feed. So these are posts from strangers or people around you using Yik Yak, and they're typically within, I believe it's a 1 to 2 mile radius. Since I live pretty close to the UIC, University of Illinois at Chicago campus, that means I'm going to be seeing UIC posts. And as expected, it is 5 p.m. on a Sunday, but a lot of these posts will be about sex, about drugs, and a lot of attention-seeking posts. There's always going to be some stuff like there's a very hot girl in Chipotle wearing a black jacket where you're almost sure that it's that person posting, just looking for attention, looking for people to look out for them. There isn't that much to the app itself. It's what you would expect an anonymous message board to be. There's a full list of all the latest posts. If your comments get upvotes, you get additional Yak points, which will show up in the upper left-hand corner. I guess they're called Yakarma. I have 263. I have no idea how. I think I typically just go in here and vote down a whole bunch of things whenever I've used it. So there's very enlightening conversations happening in here. You vote them up or down via the arrows on the right for each post. But it's not that deep. At the same time, I can definitely see plenty of college students using this to waste time. Before school starts, especially before class starts, you're just going to be sitting on this in the back of class or wherever in class, wasting time, or throughout class, I suppose, as well. Within the main feed, you can sort by new or hot. So if I click on hot at the top, it'll give me the top-rated posts from the past, I'd say 12, 24 hours, something like that. Then if I click down to peak, we can check out some of the newer features from Yik Yak. And this will let you check out yaks from other locations, so places that aren't within 1 to 2 miles. And that's pretty much it. See that there's plenty of activity. People are posting every few minutes, and they're posting every few minutes in a very localized area. Now something that Yik Yak I think is good for is learning some new terms. So learned about thought is not a reference to thoughtbot, but thoughts and thotties are actually hoes. But generally I would say that Yik Yak is good for mindless college fun, and it's got plenty of users that are using it for specifically that. Now when we switch over to Secret, it seems like the radius on Secret is much larger. It's got Chicago as a whole, and it seems like the radius would be 5 to 10 miles. So it's a much more general discussion. While I identify as a Chicagoan, I can't say that much of this information really seems all that interesting to me. Seems like this has really taken off in the Boys Town area within that community. I've noticed that Secret has even more, I guess you would call them attention-seeking people, where they're very depressed and just looking for somebody to talk to, or they want to throw out random racial epithets just to the general public to stir up controversy. So Secret feels a little bit different in that there isn't really a community. These are really, truly just strangers around you talking about random crap, and then you can join in and participate if you'd like to. You can refer to specific comments within a thread by the icons next to each comment, which doesn't exist in Yik Yak, but I'm honestly not sure if it's a good or bad thing. Now when I click on the menu button in the upper left, you can see that Secret is actually really responsive. Really like the speed that's present throughout the app. It seems much more modern. I also think it looks like it's designed a little bit better than Yik Yak. It just seems like a designer who knows what they're doing went through this and thought about each interaction, each page, each screen. And also, in the interest of full disclosure, we can take a look at the activity I posted to Secret a few months ago. And you can see that even a few months ago in its previous iteration, I wasn't too impressed with Secret. I can't say that my sentiment has really changed all that much. But I think that is effectively it for both of the apps. So hopefully that gave you a decent idea of what each app looks like, what type of content is there, and what it's like to use each, or at least browse them. And now for my big question. How many people really want to talk to local strangers within a few miles around them via an app? There are plenty of people that want to do that. Prime example is college students, because when you're limiting it to 1 to 2 miles around you, those aren't true strangers. That's your community. That's everybody on campus. Those are your classmates. And you're talking to them just without your name attached. That's interesting, and I think that that could be very useful. But me, I live in a 33-floor apartment building, and I'm not in college. And I don't think of the other people within this apartment building as a community the same way that college students would look at their dorm mates. I really don't care whether the girl down the hall is a thotty, and I really don't care what the guy on the 5th floor is watching on TV right now. It's just not interesting to me in any way. When you don't have a built-in community that connects people around you in a strong way, like everybody on a college campus, I think that a local anonymous message board becomes a lot less valuable. So, given Yik Yak's more active community, given where these companies stand about 15 months after formation, and also looking at the new features that Yik Yak is trying out, even though Secret is more aimed towards me, I say the clear winner of this face-off is Yik Yak. If you're younger, if you're curious, if you just want to see what the local anonymous chat is, definitely check out Yik Yak. If you enjoyed hearing about these two anonymous-ish apps and want to check out the next episode, hit subscribe. If you have any questions about Yik Yak, Secret, apps, startups, whatever, let me know in the comments. Till next time, thanks.